We're here with the Oakland A's rebuilding challenge. This is the start of the 2023 season. I'm Jacob, by the way. I haven't done a video on OOTP, but I've watched a lot of rebuilds, a lot of playthroughs on OOTP on YouTube. Bay 164, Sporier, love Fangraphs. I thought it'd be fun to kind of start a video myself. Played this game a lot this year, and the last probably been on OTP since OTP 14 or something. So really looking forward to this. Have not done the A's really at all in my OTP lifespan. So we're gonna start with them. A little bit about the sim. I made it a challenge for me. I'm going low scouting, going 20 to 80 scale, but I'm not going to have any overall or potential ratings. So if you look at someone's player page, they're only going to have their, pitching or batting ratings, also position and stamina. All of this extra stuff will be 20 to 80, but there will not be any potential or current ratings. Let's see. And let's see if there's any. But yeah, we also have the same potential and current for their stuff. So like you see 45 out of 50 changeup, you'll still see that. I know some people like to take out like the potential ratings or the current ratings on everything, but I think that'll make it a tad easier. It's already going to be hard to split through everyone overall potential, but it became a little boring, I'd say, throughout all my sims trying to figure out um, who I'm going to sign. I just usually go you know, free agent. I search by potential and overall, and that's not gonna be how it goes this year for this sim. But yeah, we started with the A's. Haven't really looked at it much. Don't know the team. I'm in the Bay Area, but I don't really know the team all that well. I'm a Giants fan, so there you go. And then a lot of the A's players are just really new. They've been really bad in the last couple of years, so we're gonna learn together a little bit. Some other changes I made. Let's see. I changed some of these league totals so we get a little more higher BABIP, same home runs, but I up the hitting uh, from 41,500 to 42,000, and then strikeouts a little bit lower from 4,500, I think. Then I auto calculated, and then I upped the stolen base attempts, kind of up the stolen base success. Up the stolen bases here to often, up the catcher framing to 6. Everything else is kind of the same here. Band shifts, didn't change anything here. Let's see, any rules changes. So I made it so there's no 10-5 rule. It's really just kind of annoying to trade when someone you can't negotiate with them. Maybe you give them extension if they trade him, like kind of like Chris Sale this year. The Red Sox trade him to the Braves. He waived his no trade clause, got an extension with the Braves. That was definitely part of the discussion, trying to get his trade clause waived. No draft pick trading, no trades after the waiver deadline, and then you can trade injured players. Let's see. Everything else is kind of the same. Stats, players. I made it so there are not going to be any generated international established free agents. They're just fictional players. No independent free agents, independent league free agents, and I'll have scouting discoveries 8 per team per year, and then I was gonna have 5,200 for the international free agent budget. What else? Everything else here is the same. And then I also up the trade difficulty a little bit. Favorite prospects, change the ratings weight, the player evaluation scale. So they're really going to be looking at ratings a little less and more so stats because I will be too. And I also had the scouting accuracy on low. So it's really in our best interest to look at stats compared to scouting. I'm going to change this to very low because I feel like that gives a little bit of a more realistic feel. In real life you have your scouts, but they're really not. I'd say they have a low accuracy rating because it's all fugazi, right? It's not real. You're looking at someone and you should really base a lot of it on stats, I'd say, at least in this game. Um, so looking at the team, we're really just going to figure out their financials this upcoming year. I mean, they really have nothing to that's not on the book. Nothing's on the books after 2023 other than Diaz and Chase Peterson, and those guys will probably get traded at the deadline to some playoff contenders. We're just really gonna tank this year. Uh, look more so at coaching, trying to get their development in place. Um, so right now, let's see. We'll go look at Mark Kotze, and he's really, whatever. Not going to change that this year. I'm really just going to worry about these guys. And if we have any money to spend, I mean, we do. Player development, draft budget. I mean, I'm just going to go 0 for now and try to development budget, scouting. We really want to focus on uh, Major League Scouting, international scouting. This really looks fine to me. That looks fine. I'm gonna up it to 12, and then I'm gonna figure out the coaching down here. I mean, we're gonna stick with them for now through this season. If there's anyone who's really terrible, Bobby Crosby, A's and Rivercats legend. See, he's good. He's good. I mean, this guy's not great, so we'll fire him. Pitching. I think the main point of this series with the A's is to figure out how to get the best with what we have. So, gonna get him real quick. Okay, we'll look at some other stuff first. Front office, player development, our top prospects. Really, we have 3 top 100 guys. We have about 8 top 200 guys. Uh, he'll probably Waldachuk will be in the rotation. Zach Galoff will be in the lineup starting probably in May 1st. Try to get an extra year on his service time. Soderstrom, I don't really see him as a catcher full time. He might be traded before we become relevant. Let's see. Luis Morales, he looks good. And it's going to be difficult to figure out. In past saves, I would Uh, looking at where they want to be in the minor league system, I would check their ratings compared to each league. And now I can't do that in this sim. But as you can see with Daniel Susac, he has 40 contact right now, 35, yeah, 50. This looks like an A player, 40 catcher. Um, yeah, they have him in the right spot, really, and he was league average. Makes sense. Max Muncy, not the Dodgers Max Muncy, sorry for the picture. Have a preloaded face profile picture generator in there from years ago. Let's see, when he was on the A's actually. So he looks like he's already maybe double A ready. So we'll look at him a little bit. He looks like he's part of the future maybe this year. Mason Miller as well. He should really be a starter. And then like with every player, I like to go in and change um, their strategies. So I always have aggressive tiredness hook. I don't like to pitch around often. No intentional walks, and I always boost the shifts for the infield and outfield for every pitcher. And then when it comes to players, like for Jace Peterson, stealing ability, that kind of stuff, override. What was it? He has base running 55, stealing 70. So I'm really going to have him be running the bases a lot, lower base running. You can bump for hit a little bit, and that's pretty much it for. And I always lock to team strategy because I'm more hands-on when it comes to player dev. Uh, and then when it like for our top prospects, Ken Waldachuk, same thing. Pretty much everyone I remember I'll do this for. So that'll be kind of off camera stuff. And then I like to limit their pitches. Same with like our newly drafted guys. I'll do the same thing. Send them to, because a lot of times they have 100 innings pitched maybe, and I'll limit them to maybe 2 times through the order, that kind of thing. So right now we're going to try to capture some free agents, see if we can build a little bit of a rapport with somebody, and then maybe shop them at the deadline. So we're kind of looking at, don't have many scouting updates for anyone, but Miguel Sano might be a decent ad. I don't know if I want to give him that though. Just gotta really limit my budget this year. Pablo Sandoval, look at him, still around. Darren Ruff, he might be a good platoon guy against lefties. He's a little bit better, so we'll get him on a minor league option. See if he'll do that. No, okay, 8.3. There we go. Because our lineup really isn't looking fantastic. We have Diaz and we have the other Diaz, Jordan Diaz. He's really going to play first a lot. But against lefties, I'll have, um, like right here with Jesus Aguilar, I'll have Ruff kind of fill in, maybe for Seth Brown and left or something like that. Capel, a ground ball hitter, really the most average player you can think of, maybe like a two WAR guy max, probably limit around one WAR over. Jace, really just base runner and defender, utility guy. And I really like Ryan Noda. I'll probably have him play a lot. Kind of has the same build as Darren Ruff, just a platoon guy against righties. So that makes sense. But for now, I'm going to change all the rotation stuff. Well, first I'm gonna check the scouting. Eric, he's good. All right, so we're back and we're gonna make our first trade. Um, so we're gonna trade away Jesus Aguilar, who's going to make 3 million this year, and Lemus Diaz, who's going to make a good 6.5 and 8 mil, and we're gonna get Oswaldo Cabrera, who looks like a decent utility guy, from the Yankees. Doesn't really have any room out there, and then we're gonna grab Clayton Beater, who is kind of an old prospect, maybe a reliever down the line with the 45 stamina. He'll probably get some run this year. He was a double A last year. Uh, really pitched well. Um, yeah, he might be a guy. Uh, the Yankees look like they're just going for some insurance with Diaz. They have a lot of money to spend, sort of. They're obviously going to make a run this year. Uh, they're just trying to build up their major league team with some insurance. Also, Jesus Aguilar might hit 30 bombs if he had 500 plate appearances at Yankee Stadium or 300 plate appearances. So we're going to do this trade and we're going to gain 9.5 mil this year and a little more than 8 next year, or it is 8 million next year. So I like this trade. Just get some young guys going over in Oakland. And just so you know, in this save, we're not moving to Vegas. We are not moving to Vegas. It really should not be a thing in real life. So sorry, all A's fans. I really wish that was not happening. Hopefully, you guys end up in Sacramento for the next couple of years, though. That'd be fun for Sacramentans, I guess, if that's what you call them. Kings fans, all that. This would actually be a great place to have a baseball team. I'm originally from Sacramento, so I know the fans would be on board, and then also Oakland can still be, make the trip over if they wanted to, but I know they'll probably be angry, kind of like the Warriors moving to SF. So here we go, making this trade. And gonna put Oswaldo Cabrera on the, where is he at? Nope, Cabrera. Gonna put him on the 40 man, and he is gonna be on the team. And then also Beater's gonna go to AAA, and we're gonna have him start, but we're gonna work him up. 75, aggressive tired hook. Doesn't have much control. We don't want him to pitch around too much. And that looks good. And then we're gonna call down somebody else. Pitching staff looks a little bloated. Da, da. I know Trevor May is gonna be good on the playoff team here soon. We want James Miller to pitch in the starting rotation, so probably gonna look for someone to move down. Does anyone want to be in the bullpen? No, might go 6-man rotation just to get Miller in there and then save some arms. So here we go. Good. And Familia. All right. All right, he's going to get sent down. And we're going to bring up Brent Rooker to play first base and DH. And that looks like all we're going to do here. Let's see. JT Ginn looks like a decent arm in the future. But all right, sounds good. Spencer Patton, let's see. The A's have a lot of decent young starting pitchers, and that is good to have. Probably ship some off for some good position players in the future. But right now, we're kind of looking at, I'll let Kotsay do this. Rooker, I don't want the DH. Diaz, Jordan Diaz to play every day. We're going to sign Ruff to a minor league free agent contract, so that'll be nice. Actually, I'm gonna have Noda and Diaz platoon or kind of platoon. Let's see, Rooker, Kemp. No, we'll have Cabrera be in there, and then third base. I mean, Jordan Diaz can play third a little bit, so or he'll play second. No, I'll have him play third for now. That's just for the time being. See if he can build up some stuff there, and then we'll have when Ruff comes in, he'll be the DH lefty platoon. We have Ruiz, who's going to steal 100 bags, maybe. Changed his strategy to always going. So, should be interesting. Did I change this back? Yeah, okay. And also, we're going to take advantage of, we're going to be in control of everything other than minor league depth charts and pitching staffs. So, we'll get going here, sim a little bit. This is really going to be a full rebuild of this team. Might send somebody else down when Rupp signs. Uh, let's see. Okay, so we got our high A pitching coach. That's good. Help build up some of these young guys. All right, where is Rupp? I want him to get on the roster as soon as possible. And we left owner goals on, I want to say. Let me check. Owner goes on, and we're always in control of lineups and hiring. So we can't get fired in this, but hopefully not. And there's Oswaldo Cabrera. We're going to change his. I kind of want him running all the time, see if he can be a 2 to 3 win player, just playing everywhere, outfield, infield. He's diplomatic, all right, but really like him. I'm not sure that was a fair trade, but I would say Diaz for Cabrera makes sense. They did give up probably a reliever in the future. Maybe an elite reliever in beater, but we'll see. All right, where's Ruff? Okay, so gonna have Ruff most likely. Get a scouting report on him. We're also gonna do a scouting report on pretty much everyone on the 40 man that isn't I. There we go. Awesome. All right, come on, Ruff. All right, great. So I'm gonna get him on the 40 man. And get him called up to Oakland. We're gonna have 29, and I'm gonna send down another pitcher. Probably reliever. He looks decent. Adrian Martinez, Logan Harris. Um, you know what? We're gonna shop Familia because we really don't want this guy on our team. A's are just signing anybody nowadays, just so they could flip him. All right, I'm seeing a lot of bad contracts coming up on the top left, but we'll see. Yeah, a lot of I think they're all bad contracts. Yeah, Amir Garrett, he might be interesting. Also, let's see, Diaz, Hoskins. A lot of these guys are Nick Solak. He might be a good villain. Guthrie, him too. He looks like a good utility guy. I mean, we're just gonna go for all utility guys right now. Just to build up some value and everything. Soreka. Oh, he might be the guy. So he can come back in 4 to 5 weeks and be a starter, but we don't really need starters. Um, Brad Keller, I don't know why. Don't need him. Rangufo, he's always available in every sim. That's a good utility guy. But we're probably gonna go with Guthrie or Solak. Good stealing ability, work ethic, intelligence. Oh, he's got the personality for sure. Three option years left. Solak, one option. Okay, we're gonna go with Guthrie. And yeah, that looks like a good trade. Maybe we can get another arm in here. All right, we'll do that. And can we get someone off the 40 man maybe? No, there's nobody. I mean, Trevor May, but they can't even afford him. Tony Kemp, about to be a free agent after this year. He's probably on the move at some point. Okay, so we'll do this. Sounds good. And we will Guthrie, he'll go to AAA, get a scouting report on him. And McKinley Moore, scouting report on him. I like these guys' personalities. Uh, I think he'll go straight to AAA and then have him be a reliever. Let's see. A lot of the guys with low control, I really like to put their pitch around down, so they just try to get it in the strike zone. Because look at that stuff. That stuff is good, really good already. He might see the majors this year. And we emptied a spot. Our team. We got Trevor May closing. Yeah, get some value so we can trade you at the deadline. And the lineup, we'll have Darren Ruff filling at DH against lefties. And yeah, let's see. We might be good to go. Is there anybody else we can get rid of right now? Chase Peterson, probably at the deadline. Tony Kemp, too. And then that's going to be it. So we'll get to opening day right now. We'll play the first game. Oh, one thing I wanted to do was change the roster limits for the minor leagues. So we'll do that real quick. I'll do that off camera. So we'll go AI, We have a lot of ACL players. All right. So and we'll check the waiver wire as we go because we have a lot of money to spend. And I'll probably just throw that into development. And so 19 left. Save some for the draft, about 10 million for the draft. We're gonna go crazy in the draft. 15 there. Go 25. So we're gonna do what Oakland doesn't do, and that is put money into their player development. Let's see, international scouting, we like that. Major league scouting, we don't really need it that much because we're going to base it on a lot of stats. Okay, so get to opening day, play in Los Angeles, the Angels, and we'll see. I think we're going to go up against Otani first game, and we'll play the first game, and that's about it. So John Fisher, John Fisher, stay respectable. Okay, we're probably not. Do we have any top 100 prospects? We do. Zach Galloff. I have him starting at AAA at third base every day. Not maybe not be a third baseman in the future, maybe an outfielder or first baseman, but we'll see. We also have Soderstrom, also may not stick at catcher, but he is going to be playing there every day, maybe like 4 times a week. And then Daniel Susak, same thing. He's playing every day down at high A. And then pitchers, we have Ken Waldachuk. So that's good to see. He's actually going to be our uh, opening day starter with Fujinami, sorry, being the second guy. He wants to be in the bullpen. Okay, so this is interesting. So now we can move him to the bullpen, move everyone up, and uh, really, let's see, change him to a reliever. And he might be our closer, to be honest. He is. Okay, awesome. That is great, actually. We will do that. And we are going to play opening day. All right. And 26 players. Okay, so we're going to move someone down. I forgot. It's going to be 26. Don't need these many relievers. How many option? 3 option years. I mean, he might be the guy. AAA. And then we have 2 catchers, 3 first basemen, Capel, Jace. I think we might. Let's see. Let's see if we can find a trade for Jace right now. Just before opening day. We have a lot of. Oh man, that does not look good. Okay, so we're gonna keep him for now, and we're gonna move someone in the bullpen. Aller. I mean, Aller's probably. Okay, so that'll do that, and we're going to play the day after I check the waiver wire. 33. I'm gonna have some stipulations. I'm not gonna ever require someone on the waiver wire who's under 24, really. Um, but I mean, these guys look okay. Flexing. Garrett was in a trade for him. Okay, nothing there. Play opening day. All right. So Waldichuk, don't really care about the lineup. We're Otani's leading off and starting. My God. Sure. I like Noda up there. Um, but I mean, just want to get our guys at the top that we know are going to hit a little bit. That's fine. Okay. So hopefully we lose 100 games this year, but keep good team chemistry. Okay, a little Rispy action. Nothing so far. Okay, we've got 2 runners on. A little Rispy. Both have 1 hit. Both teams have 1 hit. All right, we got to Otani a little bit. Let's see. All right, we scored. How do we score? All right, a single by Ramon Liriano. And let's see, got Noda up, still 1-0, and then we're gonna get someone warm. Friday's coming up, so Trevor May. And then we'll go Otani. He's gonna walk him. The mound visit, and don't want him to run. I have the stolen bases up a lot. All right, we're gonna bring in May, and he was injured. All right, bring in Acevedo. Okay, get somebody else warm. Zach Jackson. All right, we're threatening and we scored. So we're up 2-0 on a Ruiz single. So that's nice. We still have Acevedo in, and he's struggling. I'm bringing Jackson, and we're good. Okay. So we're looking pretty good here. Let's see. We're gonna give Adrian Martinez the eighth inning, and we're gonna pinch hit. I'll go Diaz. There we go. Hop time there, and we're gonna pinch hit for Brown as well, the 3 spot. Let's see, with the rough. All right, awesome, and we can still have Jackson go a little longer. Ground ball. I'm not going to play every game. I'm just doing this for opening day, and then I'll play out every playoff game as well. So that's kind of my rule of thumb. Or if we trade for a star or something or someone we're excited about, I'll play it out as well. All right. Tony Kemp up, the lefty. We'll keep him in. There's nobody else. All right, now Fujinami coming in. First time closing in MLB. See how he does, and he's in trouble. So we're gonna get a lefty up just in case. Let's see. Renjufo up, and he gets a hit. Taylor Jones up. Bases loaded, 1 out. Fly ball towards the left center, and Ruff can't get to a terrible left fielder, and that is the lead. All right, so we're gonna bring in Mole because we don't want to hurt Fujinami. Mole is up, and we really just blew it like that. All right. And it's 3-2 going into the ninth. We'll see if we can do anything. Nope, we cannot. All right, so that's opening day, and Trevor May's hurt for 5 days. So that's not the great start, but it's good for our draft pick for 2024. All right, so that's gonna do it for this episode. I'll continue to look on the waiver wire. Kira might be a good player to pick up. Um, but we'll see. I mean, he can platoon at second too, so we'll do that. $2 million, that's nothing. Just trying to pick up decent players that we can maybe flip in the future. So that's gonna be 7 mil. I mean, we're gonna make more trades before the draft anyway. All right, so that'll do it for this episode. I'll see you next time.